So today we're going to do things a little different because I get a ton of requests about my thrifting videos, which is fantastic. I love questions. Ask me all the things. You know that I'm a furniture painter, right? Like I go to the thrift stores to find furniture 9 times out of 10, but I'm easily distracted by anything shiny and pretty. So I like to take you along on my thrifting journeys. So for today's video, we are gonna actually make this a longer format video. We're gonna go to the Goodwill, the one that's close by me in Short Pump. That's Richmond, Virginia, which honestly has the best stuff. They have great clothes, great furniture, great smalls. It is the weekend. Fingers crossed it's not too stupid busy, because sometimes that parking lot gets so jammed up. I have to park it like the furthest back that you would even imagine. But today we're also going to talk about prices and find a project, because that is the objective of today's video, is to find something we can flip in one day. Something small, hopefully, something cute, and something that I can find, price, take it home, flip it, and then we can talk about how much to sell it for. All right, here we are. This is my local Goodwill, and it's in Short Pump, Richmond, Virginia, which is the West End. And this place is honestly my fave, not only because it's super close to me, but because I do brand collaborations here, I find amazing deals here, and they just redid the whole entire store. And I already got distracted by this cutie little dress, but it's the wrong size for me. First up, French onion soup containers. These are probably from the 70s, and I love them, but to be honest, I'll never use them. But that's a steal at $4.99. At my Goodwill, all the glassware is only 99 cents. What's this? Well, this is a beautiful silver platter, and when I looked it up, I was pleasantly surprised at how much it would cost. Priced at $6.99, you could sell this if you were a flipper for around 31 bucks. Not bad. But I no longer have a booth space, so I am here on the hunt for furniture. Let's see what else we can find. But I do think that this piece on its own for, $7 is an amazing find if you were going to use it for hosting at Easter time. You know that I am a big fan of pottery, fine china, and when I saw this for $4, I knew that it was worth money. Look at the maker's mark on the bottom. Do you want to wager a guess at what you think this would be worth? Well, when I searched it with Google image search, it came up in pounds, not dollars. And it looks like this little guy was listed for 52, I want to say pounds, but it's probably euros, which is a high dollar amount. So all of the glassware here at my local Goodwill is 99 cents unless it's marked differently. I'm obsessed with these little containers. I think this one is a steal at $4. And I did find a couple of coffee mugs because my husband takes my coffee mugs to his office and never brings them home. And I have these exact same ones at home. And now I will have a complete set. So for $4. And I think $4 for a set of 4 is a total bargain. If you're ever shopping for crystal, hit the Goodwill before you go to Target, because you will definitely find really high-end crystal and beautiful wine glasses here. Always collectible plates here at the Goodwill. These were priced individually at $4, and when I looked them up, they were actually priced a lot higher than that. Can you guess what these collectibles would be worth? Well, it looks like they're around $27 a pop on eBay. Now, if you're into the 70s, I feel like there's always 70s decor hanging out here at the Goodwill. Look at this crock pot, so retro. This was priced at $8.99. Don't skip the mug section. Look at it, this one still has the tags on it. There's always brand new stuff here at this store. So if you're looking for maybe a housewarming gift or something for a present, you should totally stop in and see what you can find before you go and buy it new. Here's another blast from the past. Check out that typewriter. I found another set of French onion soup. I think they're French onion soup. What else would you use these for? But these bowls were from World Market and they were in like new condition. I found similar online for $40, so that's a score. This crystal pitcher was marked at $7 and it still has the original tags inside. This is from Avon. And I know Avon is collectible. Any guesses? it looks like this would be around $22. Moving along to the crystal section, they have rows of glassware and cut crystal. I'm obsessed with these bowls. I don't know what I would ever use them for, but every time I go, I find them and I just want to buy them all. At $5, I think that's a steal. I did end up finding one jar with a lid that I took home, and it's going to hold my bath salts. This one was adorable. I really love them when they have lids. I think they'd be great on a makeup counter. This would be cute in the kitchen or maybe on the side of your sink in the bathroom to hold soap. But enough of this dilly-dallying all over the store. Let's check out the furniture. And right away, look what I found. It's priced at $13. It's missing a drawer, but it's solid wood. So what do you think? Should I get this? What is it though? Is it for wigs, plant stand, globe holder? I'm not sure. I put it in the cart. Let's check out the rest of the furniture section and see what we can find today. They had a couple of cute end tables, priced right. I think $15 is doable for an end table, but it's just a single, and I've been having trouble selling just single sets of nightstands. Now these were here last week, and I freaking love them. There's two of them. They're super ornate, and I would buy them in a hot second, but the price is not right for me. $65? Yeah, too high. Because after you put the time and the effort into that piece, it's just not worth it to resell. What is this? It is a buffet, priced right at 40 bucks. And this thing was huge. I heavily considered this. Number one, because I love the hardware. But if you look at the back, there's a missing mirror or maybe a hutch that would have sat on the top of this piece. So unless I wanted to replace the whole top of it, it was a pass. I do love it, and I think the hardware is gorgeous, but I'm just not into putting that much effort into something right now. I love little wood items, and this at $2 was super cute. It's actually for salt and pepper. And for $4, this little brass candle stand is a win. I think that this would be really great on a mantle. I'm heavy into mixed metals and patina, so this little bowl was adorable, and I did consider it because the price on the bottom said it was double the cost that Goodwill was asking for. But I ended up putting it back on the shelf at the end of my visit. I found this sweet little sterling silver candle holder. I'm sure it's a serving platter of sorts, but I would totally use that for a candle holder. And I tried to find something comparable online because there was a maker's mark at the bottom of this piece, but I did only find one that was close to it, not exactly the same. But that is a very helpful tip. If you're looking for something, flip it over, look on the bottom, see if you can find any maker's marks or more information about the item that you're holding. It will be a lot easier to identify if you find a maker's mark, and most likely if it's silver, there will be one on the bottom of the piece. Look at how cute. There are two of these little vases for flowers, priced at $7 each. I thought they were adorable, and I was actually pleasantly surprised when I looked them up. Because I found the exact same thing, the exact one. They sold a set on eBay for $22. So at this point, I am going to end my search for items because I'm going to take home that plant stand, and I found the perfect piece of glass that fits inside. What a bonus. So now go look at the clothing, because the clothing in this store is absolutely amazing. I don't know if it's because this is more of an affluent area and people donate things that are of higher value, but I found some great stuff. This was Ann Taylor Loft. I ended up putting it back because there was some pilling on the front, but so cute, I would totally wear that. This one was brand new. I am loving the style of this dress, and it actually fits my vibe really well. It's just the color was a no for me. And I found this very classic, very beautiful coat in a camel color, but it's summer and I'm not buying for winter yet. This piece was vintage J. Crew. Such a vibe. I feel like it's totally early 90s. And last but not least, this white dress right here is called Baltic Born. This is a very expensive label. It had original tags on it, brand new, not even worn, but it's a little too fancy pants for me. I don't have anywhere to wear it. One more dress that I would have bought only because it reached all the way to the ground, and I'm over 5'9.5", which I never find dresses this long, but the print wasn't working for me. I did find a sweater, original price $50, with tags on it from Loft in my size. So yes, I did buy this. It went in the cart and home with me. For $7, that's a win. So what did I end up buying? Well, obviously the glass, globe, and stand. I also bought one sweater, one jean shirt, 4 cups, and a little bath salt holder. So let's take this little thrift haul home and begin our project. We're going to start off with trying to find something in my shed to replace that missing drawer. I have one sad, lonely drawer from something somewhere, I have no idea, that I'm going to cut up. I'm actually going to cut the front off of it and take the piece and just attach it into the missing drawer space. I'll use glue. It's going to look like it was supposed to be there, I promise. So I traced the drawer front from the original piece and just cut this one to size. Once it's cut to size, I can take my Surf Prep sander and just sand the edges a little bit. And my intention was totally to finish this project in one day, but I ended up using gel stain, and that takes a little bit longer to get dry. So I did start the project the same day that I grabbed it, but I did not finish it. All right, let's move from the shed inside my nice air-conditioned studio because it is hot as Hades here in Richmond, Virginia this week. I ended up taking that little drawer front that I created and gluing it into the front of my piece. I'm also going to be adding a little would you bend molding for decor because I don't have any hardware that's exactly the same as what's on the original drawer. And look at my outfit. I'm wearing the jean shirt that I got at the Goodwill because this actually turned into part 2, day 2. So I just simply added my wood glue and then I tapped that little fake drawer front right into the project. It's not going to be removable, it's going to be like a faux drawer, but it will fill that space where there was a missing drawer, and I think that that looks better than leaving it empty. So what's next? I removed the hardware that was on the drawer front and I grabbed a little would you bend keyhole. These little would you bend moldings are amazing to use because when you paint them or stain them, they always look like they're original to the piece. So you heat up the back of it because they do become a little bendy when you warm them up and it's not completely flat. So by heating it up, you can get it really flat and flush to the piece. So once you have warmed up the back of your little would you bend molding, I'll put the link to these little guys in the description of the video. They come in a pack of 5 or so and I use them quite a bit. Once it's bendy and warm, just put a little bit of wood glue on there and tape it up to hold to the front of your project. Once it is dry, you can paint and stain right over top of it and it camouflages in perfectly. They have a couple of different styles too, so make sure you check out the other styles when you're searching from the link in the description.
Okay, so first things first, always clean your projects. If you're not cleaning your projects, you are taking the chance of leaving grime, dirt, and even more grossness on there. So what I suggest to do is get a product like White Lightning. White Lightning is a let's say that again 10 times fast, a degreaser. White Lightning is a degreaser that's gonna take off all the dirt and grime from your project. So how do you use this? Well, you can buy it like this in this container. It arrives like ready to use. Or you can get it in the concentrate, which is like a powder that you disperse into your own bottle. But hello, this is 1,000 times easier to order this and it's ready to go. So I suggest this one. Really easy to use. All you're gonna need to do is spray and wipe. And even if you think that this looks clean or your project looks clean, I'm pretty much gonna tell you it's not clean. I mean, this thing is probably what, like 100 years old? More. And when you have stuff that's 100 years old, ew, gross, it's gonna be dirty. Just give it a little bath, clean it up before you begin.
Okay, so remove your tape obviously from your would you bend. It's dry, it's ready to go, and I decided on Colonial Black. This is no paint gel stain. This no paint gel stain can go on top of existing finishes, and it works really well to cover like watermarks or stains and make the color completely uniform. Remember that this gel stain is oil-based. You're going to want to wear gloves when you're applying it, and you're going to want to stir it well before you begin. Grab an applicator pad, something with like a soft terry cloth finish, and also a chip brush so you can get it into the details as well. And we're going to take that would you bend, which looks like a different color, that water stain mark, and then the rest of the body of the piece that's in fairly good condition, and just make it all of the same color. So why a chip brush and an applicator pad? Well, because you're going to want to throw it in the garbage after you're finished. This is oil-based, you can't reuse it, you can't wash it, just chuck it in the bin and then know that it's a one-use only sort of a deal. You could even cut this applicator pad in half. I do that a lot for tiny projects, and then you'll save your pennies even more. Grab a rag so you can kind of wipe off the excess if there's any on the edges, and you're ready to go. Gel stain is very easy. I don't think you should be afraid of it. It's something that I use often. It's kind of like a cheater's hack to apply it over top of existing finish, especially when a piece like this is so super duper scrolly that I would never in a million years want to sand all of the details on this. So for the heavier detailed areas, I brushed on the gel stain and then used a rag to wipe it back. This way you're still going to see a little bit of the wood grain, and it's still going to keep this stain looking a little bit more warm and not totally black. I think if it would have been a pure black finish, it's not going to look as good as the richness and the warmth of the wood pulling through. But remember, you can totally build this up. So if you have an area like the sides around that would you bend that you want to go back over and make a little darker, that's totally doable. Would you bend can be kind of darkened with the amounts of layers of stain. You're not going to see it looking as kind of fake as it does right now. I ended up going back and redoing the drawer front as well. And on the sides of the little drawer, I did stain them too. You'll really be able to see the difference when I come into the top of that drawer section where that stain has been watermarked. So wiping it on here and really kind of refreshing that wood is a great way to make it look all of the same. I've done this on the top of dressers tons without sanding and covered giant burn marks, water stains. My handy tip for you is to always choose a gel stain that's a little bit darker than the original project, and it's going to be a lot more forgiving and hide stains and marks. This gel stain could take a little while to get dry depending on how thick you put it on too. I want you to remember that it's going to take sometimes up to 72 hours to get dry, which is why this project took me a little longer than expected. Would it have been fantastic to flip it one day? Sure thing. Would the gel stain have dried in one day? Definitely no. So just kind of feel it. If it's tacky, it's not dry yet. I've had gel stains stay wet for 3 days, 4 days, even longer, depending on your heat and humidity. But this one cured up in about 24 hours, and then you can top coat it in your favorite either gator hide or satin clear coat, or you don't even have to top coat it if you don't want to. While I'm sitting here doing my gel stain, I'm going to tell you a little story about looking up this item. I also asked the internet because, hello, that's what I do. I asked my followers on Facebook and YouTube what they thought that this piece was, and I got a ton of answers. I mean, I Google imaged it myself too. I looked it up as well, but to be honest, because it's an incomplete piece, we're missing the top, you can't really tell what it is. I had anywhere from this is a wig stand to a wash stand to a plant holder. Somebody said to hold umbrellas, ashtray. I found one thing that was very close and it was an ashtray. Because of the size of this piece, I'm going to stick with the fact that I think it was an ashtray at one point in its life. I'm going to rule out the washstand, which was probably 90% of the answers, because of the size of this piece. It's actually pretty petite and tiny, and also very tippy. Like, it's not the most sturdy piece of furniture. So if you put a giant wash basin on the top of this, I think it might fall over. So since I found that big, beautiful piece of glass that fits right into the top so well, and I only paid $7 for it, I think that's amazing. I'm gonna make this a planter. I think you could put a fern in there or plants, and honestly, that glass is so big, I could throw a couple goldfish in there if I really wanted to. So after your no pain gel stain has dried, you have a couple options to seal your work. Satin, gator hide, whatever you like. Personally, I went with a satin sheen, which is a water-based top coat, just wiped on gently with the blue sponge to cover the edges. And to be honest, it probably didn't even cover the entire scrolly bits. I just kind of did the top and the sides of that big section in the middle. I cleaned the glass in my sink, and I think I should get bonus points because I didn't break it. It's very fragile and very big. And to me, I'm the biggest klutz ever, so brownie points for not breaking the glass, and set it aside to get dry and wiped it down. So it's ready to sit back in the top of that stand. I wiped on a little haphazard satin clear coat. Like I said, I really didn't do the whole thing, but I made sure to get it around the top where water might spill, and then around the sides where the drawer front is as well. And here is my Goodwill one-day flip that turned into almost 3-day flip, but it turned out so cute. And I know I told you guys that I would give you like a price range on what I thought I could sell this for. I do take my items to a place here in Richmond, Virginia called Belle & Co. They're on West Broad Street for consignment. And I know she would take this in a hot second, but yo, I'm gonna keep it. I'm keeping this. So I don't have a price for you on what this value of this piece is or what it's worth, because to me right now it's worth sitting in my dining room or my living room and being enjoyed by my family. I did put that bath salt to good use here in my thrifted jar, and that, my friends, concludes our thrifting video. What do you think? Do you like this style where I take you to the store and find something to flip? Let me know in the comments below.